Some oddities don't disturb us because of the gore. They disturb us because everything about the scene contradicts normal life. Let's get into this one. We're at Flannen Isles, Scotland, early 1900s. A brutal rock in the North Atlantic waves, smashing cliff faces and wind that sounds like screaming when it hits the stone. Three well-known men lived here. James Ducat, he was a seasoned lighthouse keeper and family man. Thomas Marshall, he was their assistant, meticulous and quiet, and Donald MacArthur, he was the relief keeper, and although known for his temper, his loyalty was as strong as steel. Their job in the 1900s was to keep the light burning so the ships don't vanish in the dark. On December 26, a supply ship finally reached the island. They expected the usual signal, a giant lantern hung in the window, or a wave from the shore. But they received nothing, and there was no movement. So, really out of curiosity and fear for their friends, the landing party would climb the rock face and find the lighthouse door was unlocked. As they walked in, they would find a table set for dinner. Food was half eaten and a chair was shoved back, like someone had stood up abruptly. There were two raincoats hung next to the door, on the pegs where they belonged, but there was one that was missing. And the logbook records were quite strange. December 12th, written, "The seas are rougher than I've ever seen." December 13th would say, "James is quiet. We prayed." Now 2 days later, December 15th, "Storm passed. All is well." Except meteorologists would later confirm that there were no storms on any of those days. Outside investigators discovered that the iron railing near the cliff was bent outward. Not rusted, but twisted as if it was hit by something with a massive force. But there were no bodies, signals fired, or footprints in the soft soil, and definitely no signs of a struggle. The official explanation that was put out was that a rogue wave swept them away, just took the people away. The oddity here is this: every keeper was trained to tether themselves outside and never leave the lighthouse unattended. As a group, protocol drilled into them to prevent exactly this kind of scenario. So, what event made three incredibly experienced men break procedure and then walk out mid meal to record storms that never happened? The replacement keepers after them refused to sleep alone for years afterwards, unknowing of what really happened here. People love to call this a mystery, but the real oddity is that the paperwork doesn't match reality. Procedures designed to save their lives weren't followed, and the only physical evidence is a bent railing that shouldn't have been bent. Some of these stories unsettle you so much, not because no one knows where the men went, but because you can't explain why three people willingly walked towards whatever took them. If you guys want more real world oddities where reality contradicts itself, you're in the right place. See you in the next one. Okay, peace.